to play croquet. There's certainly too much pepper in that soup.
Carrot!
Please, would you tell me, why does your cat grin like that?
Oh, it's a Cheshire Cat, and that's why.
Well, I didn't know that Cheshire Cats always grinned. In fact, I didn't know that cats could grin.
Oh, they all can, and most of them do.
I don't know of any that do.
Well, you don't know much, and that's a fact.
Well, I would like to know where I can find a white rabbit. Oh, please mind what you are doing. There goes his precious nose.
If everybody minded their own business, the world would go around a great deal faster than it does.
Which would not be an advantage. You see, the Earth takes 24 hours to turn round on its axis.
Oh, talking of axes, chop off her head.
24 hours, I think. Or is it 12? I can't seem to remember.
Bother me! I never could abide figures. Roughly to your little boy, and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy, because he knows it teases. I speak severely to my boy, and beat him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases.
Oh,
I must get ready to play croquet with the Queen.
poor child. Oh, if I don't take this child away, they're sure to kill it in a day or two. It would be murder to leave you behind. Don't grunt. That's not at all a proper way of expressing yourself. Oh. Oh. My, your eyes are extremely small for a baby. And as for your nose, well... Oh, if you're going to turn into a pig, my dear, I'll have nothing more to do with you. Oh. It would have made a dreadfully ugly child, but it makes a rather handsome pig, I think.
Sprillig and the slimy toes did gyre and gimble in the wave. All a mimsy were the borogoves and the moan rats outgrave.
Well, it looks good-natured. Cheshire Puss, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here?
That depends a good deal on where you want to get to.
Oh, I don't care much where.
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
So long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that if you only walk long enough.
Well, I'm looking for a white rabbit, and... Oh, what sort of people live about here?
In that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a March hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here. By the by, what became of the baby? I'd nearly forgotten to ask.
It turned into a pig.
I thought it would. Boys often do.
It's disappeared. I suppose I ought to be surprised. But so many odd things have been happening.
Did you say pig or fig?
I said pig. And I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and vanishing so suddenly. You make me giddy.
All right. 'Twas Billigan the slimy toes did gyre people in the way. All of them be with the borrow gold and the mole rat out grave.
I've often seen a cat without a grin. But a grin without a cat? That's the most curious thing I've ever seen in all my life. No. I believe I'll visit the March Hare. I've seen hatters before. And perhaps, since this is May, the March Hare won't be raving mad. What in the world is a mome rat? Curiouser and curiouser.
Bread is hot.
I don't know why you're asking me about it. You've got the jam pot on your end of the table.
Oh, that's, I don't see it, my chick. Then what's that?
Oh. Oh, that must be very uncomfortable for the dormouse. Oh, only as it's asleep, I suppose it doesn't mind.
There's no room.
There's no room here.
There is
There's
no
no
room.
There's plenty of room.
Do have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
No. There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
Well, it wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being asked.
I didn't know it was your table. It's laid for a great many more than 3.
Your hair wants a cutting.
It's rude to make personal remarks.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Oh, come! We shall have some fun now.
Isn't it?
I'm glad they've begun asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
Right.
I do. At least, I mean what I say. It's the same thing, you know.
No. Why, you might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
Well, you might just as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like. No,
Right.
no.
You might just as well say, I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
Well, it is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
It's 2 days wrong. Now, I told you that butter would not suit the works.
But it was the best butter.
Oh, yes, but some crumbs must have got in there as well. You shouldn't have spread it in there with a bread knife.
But it was the best of butter, you know.
Now, you see, it's always 6 o'clock now.
Oh, is that the reason so many tea things are put out here?
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we don't have any time to wash the things between whiles.
Then you keep moving around, I suppose.
Yes, exactly so. The things get used up.
Oh, but what happens when you come to the beginning again? What happens? But I would like to
Now
know.
the dormouse is asleep again.
Oh, yes, of course. Just when I was going to remark myself.
Have you guessed that riddle yet?
Oh, no. I give up. How is a raven like a writing desk?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
Oh, I want to clean a cup. Let's everybody move one place on.
Move on.
Clean cup, move on.
Here we go.
but-
Move one place. Do take some more tea.
Oh,
I've
yes.
had nothing yet, so I can't take more.
No, you mean that you can't take less. It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Well, who is making personal remarks now?
Well,
I'm getting bored. I thought the young lady sings us a song. La 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 la.
yes. Oh, do.
Go on, give us a song.
Just one little
No,
song.
I'm
Go on,
afraid
go on.
I really
Just one
can't.
You can't?
No.
Oh, well then I shall. Delighted.
Oh.
Twinkle, twinkle little butt. You know the song, perhaps?
I've heard something like it.
Yes, well, he sang it at a concert given by the Queen of Hearts. She pulled out off with his head.
How dreadfully savage.
Twinkle, twinkle little bat. How I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you fly.
Like a tea in the sky.
Twinkle, 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 little bird, how I wonder what you're at.
There it goes again. Here, try some butter.
And you know that butter is not going to work. Twinkle starts with a T.
Oh, of course. Twinkle starts with the tea. You also put them in the teapot.
Oh, I really don't think.
Oh, well, then you shouldn't talk. Now, does twinkle end with a T?
Well, I don't know. Let's find out, shall we?
Right.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
I shall never go there again. It's the stupidest tea party I ever was at in all my life. Now what am I to do? I don't know which way to go or whom to visit next. To Tweedledum's house? Oh. To the house of Tweedledee. What? I do believe they live in the same house. Oh, I remember. Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum, said Tweedledee, had spoiled his nice new rattle. Woo!
If you think we're waxworks, you ought to pay, you know. Waxworks weren't made to be looked at for nothing. No how.
Contrariwise, if you think we're alive, you ought to
Oh,
speak.
I'm sure I'm very
I
sorry.
know what you're thinking, but it isn't so. No how.
Contrariwise, if it was so, it might be. And if it were so, it would be. But as it isn't, it ain't.
Ain't.
That's logic. Do you like poetry?
Yes, pretty well. Some poetry. Would you tell me the way out of this wood, please?
What shall we recite to her?
The walrus and the carpenter is the longest. Right.
Oh, you don't seem to understand. You see,
Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the
Well, if it's very long, would you please tell me first which road leads out of this wood? I can't find my way and I would like to know the way out. Would you please tell me the way out of this wood?
The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all his might. He did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright.
And this was odd because it was the middle of the night.
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand.
They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand. If this were only cleared away, they said, it would be grand.
Oh, oysters, come and walk with us.
The walrus did beseech.
A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk, along the briny beach. We cannot do with more than 4 to give a hand to each.
So, 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for the treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat.
And this was odd because, you know, they hadn't any feet.
4 other oysters followed them, and yet another 4, and thick and fast they came at last, and more and more and more, all hopping through the frothy waves, scrambling to the shore.
The time has come,
The walrus said,
to talk of many things, of shores and ships and sailing ones, of capitals and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings. I weep for you.
the walrus said,
I declare a sympathize.
with sobs and tears. He sorted out those of the largest size,
Holding his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes.
Oh, oysters,
Said the carpenter,
you've had a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again?
but answer came there none.
And this was scarcely odd, because they'd eaten every one.
I like the walrus best because he was a little sorry for the poor oysters.
Contrariwise, he ate more than the carpenter did.
That was mean. Then I like the carpenter best.
No, how? He ate as many as he could get.
Well, they were both very unpleasant characters.
Do you see that?
It's only a rattle, quite old and broken.
I knew it was. It's spoiled, of course.
You needn't be so upset about an old rattle.
But it isn't old.
But
It's new, I tell you. I bought it yesterday. My name.
It's silly.
Of course, you agreed to have a battle.
I suppose so. Let's fight till 6 and then have dinner.
Very well. And she can watch us. Only you better not stand very close. I generally hit everything I can see.
And I hit everything within reach, whether I can see it or not.
You must hit the trees pretty often.
I don't suppose there'll be any trees left standing by the time we finish.
And all about a rattle? It's hilarious.
I wouldn't have minded so much if it hadn't been a new one. There's only one sword, but you can have the umbrella. Only we must begin quick. It's getting as dark as it can.
And even darker.
Oh. 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 wait, please.
Don't throw me wise.
Oh, please. Oh, me. Now, I've never seen such a fuss about anything in all my life.
I told you we're all mad here.
But how do you know you're mad?
A dog's not mad. You grant that?
I suppose so.
Well, then, a dog growls when it's angry and wags its tail when it's pleased. Now I growl when I'm pleased and wag my tail when I'm angry. Therefore, I'm mad.
I call it purring, not growling.
Call it what you like. You play croquet with the queen today? You'll see me there. 'Twas brillig under the sliding toves, did gyre and gimble in the way.
Oh, wait, please.
Yes?
Oh, before you go, would you tell me, please, what does that poem mean?
Well, if you want to learn the meaning of a thing, you had better consult an expert.
Why, it's Humpty Dumpty himself!
Exactly.